We used to spend the days outside. We'd grab our bikes and we would ride. Who knows how far or how long. We headed down to Medley Park. It was our common backyard. And then one day we came around and it was gone. There used to be a clear view where everyone could see through. Now I can't see the sunset, the sandbox or the swing set. We'd lose track of the sun with food on the table, but now it's just a box of concrete and cable. So much for that, so much for Medley Park. There used to be an oak tree, all covered up in poetry, but now it's just a yellow door in some distant hardware store. Things get worse, things get better, but I guess nothing good lasts forever. So much for that, so much for Medley Park. They tore out the swing set, they got rid of the slide. It's getting late, it's time to head inside. They dug up the sandbox to lay down the wiring. Soon they'll be asking if they are hiring. We used to play in Medley Park. It was our only backyard. Things get worse, things get better, but I guess nothing good lasts forever. So much for that, so much for Medley Park. 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 I've noticed that people at the Yellow Door like talk about their songs more than other places, and like explain like all they take all the mystery out of it. So a lot of people are probably wondering, is Medley Park a real place? Was it actually torn down? This next song is called The Ballad of Dinith. What? The Ballad of Dinith. You're probably wondering who Dinith is.
Are those eggs there for people to...
Yeah, does anybody want to play Egg Shaker?
This guy's great at Egg Shaker.
No, you're
Be my guest. Does anybody else got a good sense of rhythm? Want to like do the audience participation thing? Egg Shakers.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Looking up for the first time, and I don't know how long. The sky is a stranger when you're this far gone. Heading out through the entrance, going down the stairs, in the stone and the ashes. Will you still be there? Can't get the smoke out of your head. Everyone's ready, but you're still in bed. Can't get the smoke out of your head. Everyone's ready, but you're still in bed. Santa on a silver frame. It's a good simulation, but it's not the same. Can't get the smoke out of your head. Everyone's ready, but you're still in bed. Can't get the smoke out of your head. Everyone's ready, but you're still in bed. Looking up for the first time, and I don't know how long. The sky is a stranger, and you are gone. Thank you. So this next song is about a photographer. Actually, it's specifically about my friend Lena. We actually, and I don't want to embarrass you, but basically we...
Embarrass her,
Okay,
it's fun.
so Lena and I used to live in the same apartment building, so like we were neighbors. And one day I was over, and I don't know how this happened, but like we were like, we should write a song. And we were like, what should we write a song about? And I was like, let's write a song about you. And Lena responded the way any normal person would respond to that idea, and that she was embarrassed, but like game for it. And this is what came out of that. So it's called Take the Shot. You take the shot. You take the shot. You keep still while the whole room sways, and then your efforts are displayed to be examined now and then. That's all that matters in the end. Focusing in, louder than sound, amateur set, no slowing down, brighter than bright, hotter than hot, everything stops. You take the shot, take your cannon, shoot the moon, blow it up across your ceiling. Not too late and not too soon. Find the focus, frame the feeling. Focusing in, louder than sound, amateur set, no slowing down, brighter than bright, hotter than hot, everything stops. You take the shot. You take the shot. You make it seem like such a breeze, immortalizing memories. When your time is finally through, how will we remember you? Focusing in, louder than sound, amateur set, no slowing down, brighter than bright, hotter than hot, everything stops, everything stops, You take the shot. You take the shot. You take the shot. You take the shot. That was really, really good egg shaking, guys. Thank you. No, seriously though. Like, there's like a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, and that was the right way. So, I will tell you guys the story behind this one because I wrote it with my friend George when we were in a band together, and he broke up the band because he just didn't want to keep being in a band. And like one of the rules was never tell anyone what the song is about. So, I had been playing a lot of a video game called Fallout 3, which basically is a game that takes place after an atomic apocalypse. And so basically everything in that game is radioactive. You can't drink the water without taking like pills to stop yourself from getting radiation poisoning. And like you have to like survive in a world where everything is radioactive and kills you, which is kind of a lot like modern society, only exaggerated. But anyway. And so I thought, like, what would it be like to take a girl to prom who had been exposed to like a really large amount of radiation? And what would it be like to make the decision to slow dance with her, knowing that it would be both of your last slow dances?
Well, you wouldn't have any need for lights, but she'd be glowing.
Yeah, exactly. That's. I think I kind of mentioned that in this. Oh, let's see. So it's called Belle of the Bomb. You know, there's a camera.
I know this one.
I was hesitant to hold you near. I did my best to fight the fear. I took your hand, we took a step. I held you close, and it took my breath. The clock is ticking. You won't be long. Of the art, Belle of the Bomb. And as we moved with a clumsy grace, I put my hand around your waist. A sense of panic fills the air. The lights are gone, but I don't care. The clock is ticking. You don't belong. State of the art, Belle of the Bomb's away. The room is shaking. I know our time's almost through. It's too late for me to run instead. I will stay here with you. Quite appreciated the inner glow you radiated. This one was a friend of mine needed an idea for a short comic for a school assignment, and I told her to write it about this, and she said no. And she said, but you should write a song about it. This song's called Metal Detector. Okay. Well, I went down to the store to buy a metal detector to try to find some treasure in the sand. Well, the cashier's name was Sarah, and I kind of liked her, so I asked her out and we made plans. Well, we went down to the beach with my metal detector. We didn't talk much. Actually, we didn't talk. And as Sarah told me about her friends and her family, a metal detector went off. In the sand there was a ring, a diamond ring, no less. Next thing that I knew, Sarah shouted, yes! See, when I went down to pick up it with my metal detector to try to fish that ring out of the sand, well, Sarah turned and she saw me kneeling with a diamond ring in my hand. Well, I meant to clear things up, I meant to reject her. When I get nervous, I can't speak. So the wedding is next Sunday, down by the boardwalk, but at least I saved the money on the ring. So this next one's called Serial Killer. Oh, well, I woke up early one morning, I got dressed by 6:30. I went down to grab some breakfast, but something was amiss. I had a glass of juice, which I very much enjoyed, but when I reached for the cereal, God, my cornflakes were destroyed. The box was all torn up, spilled upon the ground. I knew what it meant, a serial killer in our town. I dialed 911, she said, how can I help you, ma'am? I said, officer, please just check, do you have any Raisin Bran? The cop said, buddy, you've got some nerve prank calling the police. I said, officer, please just trust me, go check your pantry, please. The cop said, all right, if it means that much to you, let's see. Open up the pantry and oh God, there's a serial killer on the loose. So lock your pantry tight and don't check your grocery flyers. Police are on the lookout for a killer with good fiber. nothing I love more than breaking into some poor, unsuspecting victim's home, going into their kitchen and reaching for a box of honeycomb or Cheerios. That's when I grab a nearby knife from the drawer, and it begins. Well, I thought for the rest of my life I'd be eating beans and bread, but the serial killer, well, he turned up dead. The serial killer was killed by a guy named Johnny Fly, and Johnny was arrested because, well, because he killed a guy. The moral of the story of this 4-minute thriller is that there's a great difference between a serial killer and a serial killer. Speaking of weird things that you see on the Metro, this song is called Making Out in the Metro. Feel free to sing along to this.
Yes!
It's 70% chorus, you'll get it pretty quickly. No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody stares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody stares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. Are you scared at all? Are you worried that you won't know when to stop? Do you have a clue that I'm on the train and writing about you? No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody stares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody stares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. Has it been that long since you asked we're in each other's arms? When winter comes around, will you still be kissing in the underground? No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody stares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. Two souls, one face. I really wish that you would find a better place. Bordering on disgusting. I really wish you wouldn't do it where I'm busking. So yeah, we're gonna have a little sing-along here. I'm gonna do the first part, and you guys do the part about like the kissing in the Metro. Cool? Feel free to actually make out with each other. It adds to the ambiance. So like this. No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Nice, everybody cares, but you don't care, you're making out in the Metro. No decency, just tongue-in-cheek, you're making out in the Metro. Everybody cares, but you don't stare, you're making out in the Metro. 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 So I will give you, I figure it's like a small venue here, and like the advantage of small venues is you get to learn things about songs that you wouldn't otherwise learn. This next song is actually written about a girl that I dated in high school, and very few people know that. It's called Magic 8 Ball, and it's based on a true story that involved her. She picked it up while shopping at the mall. From the toy store window, it seemed to call. Now any choice she makes, big or small, is governed by her magic 8-ball. I told her that I'd really like to date her, but the 8-ball said to ask again later. There's not a girl whom I consider greater, but I think that little ball wants me to hate her. She's indecisive as can be. Logic is the enemy, 'cause any choice, big or small, is governed by her magic 8-ball. Is governed by her magic 8-ball. I asked her what the ball was all about. She said that it was something that she couldn't live without. Then once again I tried to ask her out. She shook the ball, then said without a doubt, she's indecisive as can be. Logic is the enemy, 'cause any choice, big or small, is governed by her magic 8-ball. Is governed by her magic 8-ball. For our 3-year anniversary, I took her out, then got down on one knee, then asked if she would like to marry me. She shook the ball, then said, definitely! She's indecisive as can be. Logic is the enemy, 'cause any choice, big or small, is governed by her magic 8-ball. Is governed by her magic 8-ball. Our son was born down at the Royal Vic. We didn't know what baby name to pick, so when it came time to name our baby boy, she left it up to me, and I flipped a coin. She's indecisive as can be. Logic is the enemy, 'cause any choice, big or small, is governed by her magic 8-ball. Is governed by her magic 8-ball. Is governed by her magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
I've got one more song left. I wrote this song when I was 21. And it's called I'll Be There For You Sometimes. Friday night, cuddling with you, 'cause I've got nothing else to do. I just so happened to be passing by, so I thought I'd come inside. When the day has got you beat down, I'll take you in, we'll hug it out. Girl, you know I really mean it, as long as it's not too inconvenient. Monday I've got work, Tuesday I have plans, Wednesday night is practice, Thursday I'm your man. Even if I'm not always on the line, girl, just wait around a while and you'll be fine. I'll be there for you sometimes. I'll be there for you sometimes. When the traffic lights align, when it's not too cold outside, I'll be there for you sometimes. I wish I could afford call unless I'm on the clock. Monday I've got work, Tuesday I have plans, Wednesday night is practice, Thursday I'm your man. Even if I'm not always on the line, girl, just wait around a while and you'll be fine. I'll be there for you sometimes when the sun begins to shine, when the traffic lights align, when it's not too cold outside. I'll be there for you sometimes. I wanna say, baby, you're my everything. I wanna say a lot of things. I wanna be there for you more often. I used to wanna be an astronaut. Friday night, cuddling with you, 'cause I've got nothing else to do. And girl, I know that you get lonely, 'cause you're my one, but you're not my only. Monday I've got work, Tuesday I have plans, Wednesday night is practice, Thursday I'm your man. Even if I'm not always on the line, girl, just wait around a while and you'll be fine. I'll be there for you sometimes when the sun begins to shine.